Hello everyone. I've been addicted to spin classes. I went to spin class for about 1 week straight, and these are the things that I found within a week. I've been trying to challenge myself into doing like a whole month of like a series of classes. This year I told myself that I'm going to be trying out a bunch of new things for myself this year that will challenge me mentally, physically, emotionally, and overall just challenge me in a good way for growth. So one of the things that I've started this year is spin classes. So for those who may ask, what is spin classes? It is a group of indoor cycling class that focuses on strength, speed, and endurance, with choreography designed with the work and tone every muscle group in your body. That I've recently been to is Rhythm Ride. Keep in mind, this is not sponsored whatsoever. It's just what I kind of go to and all the things that I do to achieve a spin class. So within that, let's talk prices of a spin class. So if you're looking into trying getting out there and doing a spin class, it ranges about to $10 to $30 a class for a drop-in. The drop-in that I did to begin with was $5 actually from the Rhythm Ride, and I was able to try it out, kind of see what's going on with the class and such, and then they offered a $52 2-week unlimited access. So that's why I started going to them for that 1 week and really challenging myself within the span of a week. So I went every single day for a week to spin, to tell you guys what I learned and the benefits and the pros and cons that came with my spin. Started off again, I just want to say that this is not sponsored whatsoever. I just want to share you guys how I get my spin classes. So I actually book my spin classes through an app called Mindbody right over here. So I booked them through Mindbody, and it's so nice because you can actually go through the app and you can actually see different kinds of spin studios or Pilates and all that kinds of stuff, and you can book yourself in. Well, it's such a great way to kind of like see what's out there in your city. You can definitely see the deals as well. They have some sales that is available for you. I know spin classes or any kinds of classes, Pilates, spin class, yoga, massages can be a little bit on the pricey side. So this is definitely something that really helped me book. Let's start with what are the lessons that I learned with starting a spin class. So as I mentioned, within a span of weeks, this is kind of like how my body did and how I felt throughout. With starting something new, whether if it's a new hobby, whether if it's a new sport, whether if it's a new relationship, whatever, the hardest part would always be starting. And it is scary. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, it is scary. I remember starting out my first class, I was very nervous because I've never been in a spin class. I went with my friend and she was very seasoned with the whole spin class whatsoever, and this was my first time. This was my first time even going on a bike other than the ones in my gym, and even the ones in my gym I never even go to because I'm just scared I'm gonna fall off. So it was very nerve-wracking. Yeah. But nonetheless, trying something new will definitely push you to be more out there, and it will push you to almost like humble yourself in a way that you're like, oh, this is something new, maybe I can learn something from it. If you see it that way, you'll definitely grow from it, and you'll definitely accept that it's new to you and you're just starting out. Number one lesson that I learned. The second lesson that I learned from coming to spin class for almost a week is, it feels nice to feel like you are a part of something. As a human being, I feel personally that I connect with other people more if I'm in this sort of like a group. Personally, it's just my human nature that I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm in a part of a group, like that means I'm in, like, yeah. And going to spin class for about a week is really like so nice because within that span of a week I was able to make friends, I was able to meet people, and it's kind of cool. Like you see the same people coming in and out even just for a week, and you're like, oh my god, hey, I saw you on Monday and now you're here on Friday. Like that's so cool. Like you kind of get to make friends and it feels really nice. And the third lesson that I learned with spin classes is that never underestimate or overestimate yourself. Starting something new will definitely humble you. So never overestimate yourself and never underestimate yourself. For me, this was almost like the hardest part for me because I was able to just kind of like accept myself for where I'm at and meet myself where I'm at rather than overthinking and getting ahead of myself that I'm like, oh, I can't do this, like I've never done this before. You're already closing yourself to the chance of trying something new. So it's like, oh, I'd rather get on my comfort zone than get out there. Don't get me wrong, there's also part of me that kind of like a little overestimate myself by the end of the week, because I was like, oh, I know this, I already know this. Never underestimate and never overestimate yourself. I feel like I'm just yapping with this part, but definitely something that I learned with spin classes, because you never really know what you're capable of, so you never know until you try. And the number 4th lesson that I learned with spin classes is give yourself grace. With starting something new that you've never even done before, give yourself grace. Instead of beating yourself up over it, whether if you just messed up a little bit or you said something stupid or you're like, just give yourself grace. This is something new for you. Whether if you're trying a new spin class, whether if you're trying new Pilates, or whatever it is that you're trying, give yourself grace. Because I don't know, like, have compassion with yourself. Like, you're learning something new. This is new information that you're retaining, and you don't know what you don't know, if that makes sense. So it's like, I don't know, kind of like treat yourself as like a kid trying to learn how to ride a bicycle. You get hurt, and if you fall down, that's okay. Just, you know, you learn from next time that this is what you do, this is what you not do. You come into a class and you don't even know how everything works, and then you already beat yourself up after that one class that you had. You'll definitely get intimidated and scared, and you'll never want to try something new ever again. And then you'll just push yourself back down rather than, you know, trying again and keep pushing for it. That makes sense. Last but not the least, the 5th lesson that I learned throughout spin classes is that small habits can turn into a lifestyle. Small habits can turn into a lifestyle. The way I see habits is that you start for a week, and then you start for 2 weeks, and then you kind of like do 30 days, and then you do 3 months, 3 of everything, like 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, and 3 years. Like, that 90-day rule is really real. I'm a believer that you create habits, and that's how powerful our brain is and how powerful we are, because like we can eventually create the life that we want. Yeah, that's pretty much it, what I've learned for spin. Honestly, it's been such a wonderful experience to be a part of, and it's something that I'm really thankful for my friend Claudia for inviting me one random day on Instagram, and I was like, hey, yeah, sure, I'll definitely try it. And as I said, like, if you're thinking of trying something new, like, this is the year to go for it. Like, you never know, like, you might hate it, yeah, but at least you learn something about yourself that you know you don't like or you like. Learn as you go, and I think that's the best way to learn something new. You kind of just go with it. And with that, I'm just gonna end the video over here. And once again, my name is Beatrice. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me and chit-chatting with me about spin classes, and I hope that this inspires you to try something new. That's literally my #1 goal, is just for you to try something new, get yourself out there, try new things, and because it makes you uncomfortable, and it helps you with growth. You know, we're all about growth this year, and we're all about trying new things that will push us to be our better selves. And yeah, all right, thank you guys. If you made it down below, comment what's something that you've been wanting to try, whether if it's like knitting, whether if it's trying a new craft, or whichever. Let me know down below in the comments, and maybe we can try something new together. I think that would be so much fun. And yeah, all right, we'll see you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we shall see you guys next video. Bye.